here. I think I got to pin me to the top and put us in view. All right. Go ahead and once you mute. Has anyone got any questions or comments on anything while we're still up and running? No. Okay.
I'll just say this for a second. This Blackberry Blossom, I'm really having a hard time with. I'm kind of worked on just the first half, but I found unless I can whistle the tune, it's really hard for me to figure out how to play it with the tab and everything. Some of these ones I'm learning how to whistle it, and then I can play it easier. So
yeah,
I'm having to learn tunes I don't know.
Yeah, of course, yeah, and that's the way, especially when you shift into a different kind of music anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So I feel a bit behind. I was telling somebody this week that I said my teacher is kind of like the guy that runs down to the bend in the road and says, "Come on, follow me," and goes down there, and then you run up and you catch up. Okay, let's go again. Let's run down the next bend and go follow me again. Like, okay.
You know but you know what might help though is if you would listen to the Dropbox video over and over again, and then play the chord structure while you're humming and listening to the Dropbox video. You know,
okay.
Good idea.
I would do that because when I learned to, and I've got you all still open here. When I was learning these tunes, if I was going to learn a solo, I would put on the album and listen to the break that I was trying to learn about 30 times. And listening to it, you can hear everything coming up. And I would also be recording it on a cassette each time I listened to it. Then I would listen back to the cassette, so that way I didn't have to move the needle back over, And we're talking about one solo, so we're talking about this Blackberry Blossom. And it'll blow by on an album in 35 seconds. Move it back over, play it again, move it back over. But after you've heard something that many times, you can hum it or whistle it just like what you're saying. But that's what it takes. Now, the difference there is that I also heard the chords in the background at the same time. And I really think it's important to hear the chords, to hear the melody and the chords. And the chords are, in some countries they're just called harmonies, but it's hearing how the two go together to fit as a unit. So that's why I suggest listening to the video clip until you can hum it, then play the rhythm along with it while you're humming it, and it's really going to embed that melody in there. And you might not even have to look at the music to find it after that. It may just be there.
Thank you. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. It'll take 10 minutes. That's about it. Okay, now. And then any other comments? Someone else was breaking in there. Yeah, Mark.
Hey, just a quick question, Steve, about fingering.
Yeah.
In Blackberry Blossom. In measure 9, there's that really nice lick there. I've been playing that after the hammer on the F sharp.
Yeah. Pull off, yeah.
I've been doing a pull off. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, it's a hammer-on pull-off.
It's just a pull-off.
Don't you hammer on?
Yeah, it's just a pull-off. So you're here. You're hitting the open. You're hitting the 2, and then you're going to do a pull-off.
Oh, you're hitting the 2. You're not hammering onto the 2.
No,
okay.
That'd be too easy.
Okay.
That'd be too easy. I'd never hit the easy button. So yeah, you're hitting the open, hitting the 2 on an up, pulling it off, and that's why there's only there's just one slur over the top also, right? It's only from the 2 to the open.
Okay.
Okay, good. Anything else as we're getting ready to crank it here?
Yeah. No, that's where I.
What's that?
I lose you, Steve. Yeah, that's where I, probably most of us get caught up right at that 9, 10 there, I guess it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it just, recommended to me the other day on something else. And I haven't done that with this, but do it 30 times in a row. And eventually you get that down. And I don't have it down yet. So I always get slowed down there.
That's a tough measure, but it's a great lick, though.
Sure it is. It is a good one.
For you, Steve, if you got-
Steve, I got a question about that.
Yeah.
On the, when you finger the third fret,
Yeah.
the second measure, that E minor, and what finger are you using?
I'm using my second finger.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, because to me it's just so much easier. I use my second for the pull off, and then I just shift over, get my second finger, second to first. Yeah. Yeah. It's much easier that way. And Phil, if you're trying to break in, I muted you out because your computer was talking, but we're all about to mute out.
Well, I'm
There you
back
go.
Now, if you're all right.
Zoom.us has currently
Oh,
unmuted.
damn it.
There, you came in and out. Okay.
Okay, now I've got the speech off on the computer. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and the B part, and where the E minor, we'll do the E minor business. I don't know the number of the measure, but it's the very last measure.
Yeah.
Prior to the very last measure where you go. No. At the end of it, the second, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, G, A, G. Okay. Second to the last measure on that whole business.
On the
Second part,
Part
let me
B.
take it in from the top. Let's see. Are you right here? You mean?
no, keep going all the way to the very end before you go back into the A part. Yeah, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Are you playing that in the second position or the seventh position?
Oh, in the second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back down to when you hit the two measures before that.
Yeah.
You've got your. That's down at the nut. Then that two right there. That's your first finger.
Yeah, I was playing it in the seventh position as well. Open and then seventh position for the F sharp.
That's because you're trying to show out, big guy.
I didn't see it on the paper, man. You didn't spell it out. I figured we're jumping up to the
Oh.
second position. Okay, all right.
Well,
Sneak.
okay. Now let's say this then. If you did that, I would use it as an exercise where the first time I hit the open string, I'm doing my jump up to 7. The second time I hit the open first string, I'm going to come back to the nut. So then it would be this: 7, 8, open first, then down to the nut. You know, just so you could get used to the jump more.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if you want to play it the quick and easy way, just do it at the nut there, okay? All right, let's go ahead and mute out. We'll go ahead and run this puppy. I don't want to go too fast. If we were doing it, let's see here. Let's see. Dennis, why don't you mute out? Let's see how, and Gil, why don't you go ahead and mute out there? All right, and you know, as I think I mentioned. No, you're not muted yet, big guy. There you go. I think I mentioned last time the last maneuver that you do, which now is muting out. If you want to break in, you just hold down your space bar because it repeats the last thing you did. So if you want to break in with something, just hold down the space bar. You have to leave it held down. All right. So now, is anyone? If we were going to go at this speed, is that too fast for anyone? Okay, I got a couple hands up. Let's start it down a little slower. I don't want to go too much. somewhere in here. Let's try that one there. That's okay. All right. 1, 2, ready, go. Was that who did not make it through there with me? Well, let's put it this way. You know, when I say did you make it through there, I'm talking about maybe at 80% accurate. Okay, because no one can get it in a week. Just doesn't happen. All right, so then let's do this. You all can see your pictures, right? You can see. Right now, this is not what I want to see. This is what I want to see. So if you can aim your or get back from your camera a little bit, then we'll see more guitar in there, and then I can watch and see what's going on. Okay. And yeah, let's see if we can tilt these things. That's good. Wow, Harry's going to try standing up, huh? Oh, big tough guy. I used to when I was younger. That's almost it, Rich. And then what I noticed is really just getting back from it. Yeah, now you got room to tilt it down. Rich, go ahead and tilt yours down just a little more. There's Lee. Hey. See, Lee's probably about 3 feet back from his. And that makes a difference. Yeah, I can see now. I can see you guys now. That's great. It helps me a lot. You know, the other thing that I found out with this is the latency. There's still latency with this. That's why we can't play together, open mics. But the farther you are away from the signal, your hand is different than the next person. You know, it's really weird to watch. I just kind of have to, on my side, I got to kind of have to ignore it. Let's run it again. Let's go just a little bit slower. Okay. And making sure we get it in there. And Phil, what I wanted to point out here, your first measure is up high. I just want to make sure you're getting it this way. And then it jumps to the nut. Stays there. Then it comes back up. Is that the way you're doing it, Phil?
Yeah, that's how I got it.
Okay, good. And that would be it. All right, so it's just the one high measure. Da 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 da. In on both, and it's twice on the first part. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and run it again, and let's just go right there. Okay, here we go. 2, ready, play. Yeah, I would suggest, it's like Dennis and I were saying, you're gonna have to play it 50 times, 60 times, 500 times, you know, and also, I wonder if you ought to play like the first part, you're all getting through, and when we get to the second part, it's kind of like, and I wonder if it's better to.
Because that's what I
What's
worked
that?
on for 2 hours.
What's
the
that?
First part. I was trying to get the first part down for 2 hours today, and I hadn't really gotten to the second part yet.
Yeah, and
I spent part of the last few days working on one from a past class. I was working on Arkansas Traveler.
oh
I
yeah,
finally got that one going pretty good myself. So
oh
I was
good.
kind of going backwards, trying to learn some stuff from 102, and then I got back to this, and I got half of it working.
Oh, that's all right. Um, Because you know what I was thinking is I used to now, of course, I can always go back to what I used to do, and I don't know that necessarily is the best thing to do. But we talked about doing your reps and marking down on the page with tick marks. That really works. But when you look at having to do something, really 500 or 600 times through, but what I guess the point I was trying to make is I just did the repetitions, over and over again, and I always used a tape recorder. We didn't have any of this stuff set up like this, so I would record myself playing the lead and then the rhythm, lead and then rhythm, and hope that I didn't skip a measure in one or the other, because that's an issue. Did I play that D that time, and then I would just play that back, and there was my picking buddy, at whatever speed.
I have those. I got a little big microphone to put on the desk and plug in the computer so I can make those. I've been making them now and then for the things we've been working on, but not this one so far.
Well, it really helps. Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll have the time this week to do that, because it is highly suggested. Okay. Let me go over this this other sheet that I gave you. These jumping licks. Let's go ahead and run that one time. The top one. Let's go ahead and run that. I'm gonna. You'll see this in a gallery view, just so I can watch everybody. If we were going, let's just run it at that speed, okay? 3, 4. And we're putting it in a loop. Let's slow it down just a little bit. 2 and 3 and 4 and slow. Okay, hold on a second now. Now keep in mind that even though we're going slow, they're still eighth notes. Down, up like a machine. Okay? All right. Don't go pecking at it with all downs, because you won't get the right hand wrist action going. 2 and 3 and down, up, down. Try this. We talked about this swinging real wide stuff. Let's try, but you have to have the leap of faith. I think that was us talking about it last week. You're just going to keep your right hand swinging wide. You're hoping that you hit your target. Hoping. That's what we hope for. Don't worry if you hit wrong strings, but keep that right hand swinging that way. Here we go. 3 and 4 and. time. Last time. Come on now. Okay. Hold it there. You know, I told you about that swinging wide stuff. Did I tell you about that? That when I realized that I was screwing up was on Blackberry Blossom, right? We talked about that. I told you that I pitched my guitar. Yeah. This is a guitar I pitched. And I'll just show this one to you. This is a 1932 C3 Martin. It's a arch top. It's really, they call it an arch top, but it's a carved top. They take a 1-inch piece of wood and carve that out, like you would a violin. It's got a red spruce top. I love that sunburst, and then it's got a Brazilian back and sides. It also is the pre D45 neck. The D45 was built like 6 years after, so you know it has the D45 back stripe and the D45 fingerboard. There's cat's eyes. There's the snowflakes on the top. I don't want to bang another guitar, but there's my snowflakes, and then down here's my cat's eyes.
That's beautiful.
Cat's eye snowflake inlay, special inlay, and then the CF Martin in block, and then bound peg head and all that stuff. And this was the one that was the most expensive guitar Martin made in '32. You could buy it for $210 in the Martin catalog, where a regular guitar was about $15, $20. You know, so this was a real price. But this is the one. You can see my scratches right here. That's from swinging real wide. This was the one I learned to do that. I got light gauge strings on it. But this is made for. That kind of stuff. But it's a cool old guitar. Let me crank it up. I'll play with this for a little bit. I rarely bring this one out. In fact, it's been so long the case had mold on it. Guitar was fine, but the case had mold. All right, let's look at the second one. G lick number 1 resolving to D. Come on now. I need to threaten to put it back in the closet. Okay. The second one should sound like this. Okay. I was jokingly going to say, is that too fast for anyone? Here we go. Somewhere in here. Right there. 2, 3, 4. Again. One more time. Okay, and you're getting the gist of that one? Because we're gonna we'll work on that on these last two another week. Let's hit the last one. It should sound with the MOUSE at the end. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and again. Let's take a look at this now. What we have here are 2 licks that we're going to sub into this Blackberry Blossom. Okay, if you look at the second line of the licks page, G lick number 1 resolving to D. Underneath the G lick there it says 3/4. So it's not 3/4 time, but that means it's going to replace measures 3 and 4. All right, so for Phil there, it's going to sound like now I'm going to put in the lick Then it goes back to the page. Then the last line of the lick says it's for 7 and 8, so that's going to replace measure 7 and 8. To get our Mickey Mouse lick in there. So the whole thing now sounds like this. Sub. Again. Sub it out. Okay. All right. So, any questions on what we've got going now? Anything there? All right, everyone good with that? All right, so there's our second variation. We don't do any variation on the B part. We're going to leave it alone. All right. Okay, are we good there?
I have a feeling that's for now.
Well, you know, and I like adding these things in on the first part. I really don't do much on more on the second part. Now, so that's going to be it. Wear out that second part. Now, how many of you, just give me a raise of hand, or already did Blackberry Blossom? You already played a break to Blackberry Blossom in some way. Yeah. So you have another B part. Hopefully this is a better A part, but even if it's not, it's an add-on to what you already know. So you still do your original one, right? And you have your first B part was probably this. Right? So continue to do that. Take measures of the original one you learned and see if the third measure of this and fourth measure of this will fit in against what you already have. You know, just kind of mix them up there. Okay? All right, questions, comments? All right, good. Did we do there's a let me see if it's going to work on anything here. I don't think so. I'll tell you my hesitation. I wasn't having a stroke or a seizure. It was that I was trying to remember. I don't know that this group we did it. There's did this tribute to Tony Rice Lick. Did we do a Tony Rice Lick last week? Let's just do one now. You know, we lost him on Christmas Day, and with the university students, I did this, and there was a place to put it. So I'm going to find a place that we can stash this lick in something, but this will be an ear thing, just by ear. Actually, let me switch back to a closer sounding bluegrass kind of guitar. That's the Rice Lick. It's a okay, and it replaces any song you have that's got that. Okay, any song that you would put that in there, this is going to replace it. So what it is the first beat of the measure is going to be the low G. Okay, and that's going to be your second finger because when we play in G, we're in second position. Whether we're doing lead or chords. So we're going to start there, but then our first finger is going to go to the 5th string 3rd fret, and you're going to hammer on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret. You're only going to hammer on the 5th string 3, 4, 5. And you're starting with your first finger. So Mark, go ahead and get your first finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string. Right, you're going to hit the 3rd fret and then hammer on the right. Any questions there? We good? Then when your ring finger hits that 5th fret, your first finger is going to go down flat on the 4th and 3rd string at the 3rd fret. and you'll hit the fourth string and then the third string. This is what we're looking at. Okay, when you hit that third string 3, you're going to hammer on your second finger onto the 4. So you have this. I think you're getting it. And see, when I'm doing this, my fourth string is still ringing. Can you hear the low note ringing still? Okay, so again, it starts down here. Okay, so you're starting on the 6th string 3, and that's your first beat of the measure. So it's 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay. I think you're getting it. Good job, Mark. All right. And now I just want a brief discussion on the down ups of this. You're hitting the first one down. Then your hammer on starts with a down. And there's your down. That would be your up. That would be your down here. The next one is your up. When you hit that 4th string 3, it's an up. And then down on the 3rd string, hammer on. Okay? All right, so the last part, you know how it goes. The Lester's run is 2, 3, 4. Right? It finishes out with either strums or something like that. But it really is 2 measures long. It's the run and then the first beat of the next measure and then whatever else you're going to do with it. Strum, 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 or whatever. Or just leave it ringing. So here we have this. So I'm going to hit the 3rd string open, and I'm using 1st and 2nd finger only here. 3rd string open, up on the 4th string 3, open 4th string, 5th string 3, 2nd finger, and then get back into your G, low G chord stuff. B, G. Let's see. Okay. Rest. Go ahead and do that with me there. He went away. Voice went away. All right. 3rd string open. Here we go. 3 and 4 and. Open 3, open 3, 2, 3. Rest. We're going to take it from the top this next time. Take it from the... Here we go. Good luck. 3 and 4 and... A little faster. Okay, hold it there a second. I'm going to switch views so I can watch everybody. And go ahead and just kind of deedle that amongst yourselves while I have a swig of my beverage.
I need it written out so I know I'm doing it right. I'm really messing up.
I ain't writing it out.
Hmm?
I ain't writing it out.
Darn your hide.
Yes, yes, yes. No, but I explained it so many times you can write it out. And you can go to my site now and download tab paper. Okay?
Quick
All right.
question, Steve.
Yeah,
What's the next to the last note? Is that a B or a B flat?
B.
It's a B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then Gil, it's going to be your hammer-ons are going to be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fret. No, move up one more fret. No. Start on the 3rd fret there. You're on the 2nd. No. Take your first finger and put it on the 3rd fret, because I think you got it on the 2nd fret there. Yeah. Oh, Gil, go ahead and open up your. Go ahead and open up your mic there.
Me?
No, Mr. Satterlee.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, hit the first is a G, low G. Right? And now take your first finger and put it right underneath where your 2nd finger is. Move it up there. That's where you're going to run it from. That's it right there. Right. And now you flatten out your first finger. No, right where it was. Stay on the 3rd fret. That's the one you want. 4th string and then 3rd string. You got it. Yeah. Now you're going to hammer on the 3rd fret, third string. Right? 3rd string now. 3rd string, 3rd fret. Right underneath your first finger. Just drop it down one. Under. Actually, do this, Gil. Go ahead. Do you have me large or a little box?
See, I'm on the 3rd fret.
Yeah, third fret, and it's the 4th and 3rd string. And when you hit the 3rd string, you'll do a hammer on. Leave your first finger down where it was. There you go. You hear it now?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we'll start it out here. Go ahead and you guys go ahead and play it so I can kind of watch and see, because that was an important catch. So Mark, you're okay with that, right? Henry, you okay? Yeah, Henry, you're good.
Steve?
Yeah.
Only question I had is after the hammer on, what's next?
3rd string open. So it's, you're going to do the hammer on from the 3 to the 4 on the 3rd string, right? And then it's going to go to 3rd string open. No, move up one fret. You're on the 2nd, and there you go.
Oh,
Now it goes to open 3rd. The 4th string 3. And shift your hand back now. Shift your hand back to 2nd position. Shift it back. So you're right.
wrong finger.
So it'll do this. So it's open, then 3 on the next string, open, then 3 on the next string. Right. No, second finger on the 3rd fret. Open 3rd. Then there you go. Lee, you okay with it?
Got it.
I think you're okay, Dennis, right?
Yeah.
After review, you're okay, Lee? Go ahead and run it one time.
When I play it, I'm finishing up with an upstroke. Is that
That's correct.
Be a down.
Yeah, no, it's a up and it'll be a rest after it.
All right, good.
Right. So it'll sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay.
Would you please run it with me once, sir?
Yep. You got the first one,
Yep.
and then the ham. There you go. Okay, after you finish there you go. After you finish this, actually, I leave this down just for a little longer. Why don't you leave it down for a little longer, then flatten your first finger out.
That it?
Yeah, I think it
Flatten
was.
that.
Yeah,
Flatten that finger.
yeah. And then you'll do a hammer on the third string. I'm not hearing it though. There it is. There it is. So that's the end of the first measure. Yeah, go ahead and hit it. Yeah.
Well, if I leave that finger there, it's not going to get down
Well,
to that.
no, leave it. What it was looking like was this. It was looking like your fingers were doing this. They were just jumping way off the fingerboard, and they didn't need to do that. There you go. So that finger was flat on the fourth and third string, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Hammer on those three notes, flat, hammer on, and then it finishes with, you know, when I was younger, I always found the patterns. The pattern for the next lick is and I would look at it this way: open then three, open then three. So that means that I'm hitting the third string open, then I'm going to the next string three, then that string open, then the next string three. And then once you memorize the pattern, it's so much easier. You won't have to write it down now, young lady. But that's the trick. Keeping this, keeping your fingers close to the fingerboard. Let this one hang over a little bit, and then when it's time to put your first finger down on the fourth and third string, your ring finger's gone, but it hung there a little bit longer. Phil, is yours doing okay? Breaker 1-9. No, you're muted now, Phil. What's that, Phil? You doing okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's our T rice lick, and let me see.
Steve,
Yeah,
could you just say one more time, what chord are we playing that over?
it's a G chord.
G chord, okay.
Yeah. Where was that coming from?
Lee.
Was that Lee? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that. You get a yellow box around you. Yeah. What it does is it takes the place of just any song that you're sticking a lesser flat G run. All right. There's a well-beaten path down this old mountainside where I wandered, where I was born. I can stop it on that G too, you know, like you would that. Okay, so let's see. It won't fit in there. I was hoping that we could slip it into something now, but it won't work in these two fiddle tunes. It's not a fiddle tune kind of thing. Yeah, you know, in Gold Rush, we could possibly get it in there. It's tough though. This is one you really have, you know, sometimes with licks you have to kind of bend them and break them to make them fit into places, and this is one you'd have to do that too. Okay, let me go ahead and run this Gold Rush. I don't want to run out of time. And Gil, your mic is still open. I don't know if it really matters, but
I'll close it.
alrighty then. And on this one, it's also good to know for me to know, and I'll still ask you again next week. How many of you actually do Gold Rush already? Some break the Gold Rush. Okay, Lee's got a kind of Gold Rush, huh?
Can I ask one quick
Yeah,
question?
sure.
Ron? That note is that the flat 7 out of a G7 sort
That's
of?
right. That's
Yeah.
right. The whole thing is a bluesy. Rice always played in a bluesy mode, and that's what that is. There it is, right there's your flat 7, and then even coming back, we're using it. Now the coming back, I don't know that he did that. He did this part, and he had a couple really good runs that I liked to that I stole. And of course, I was a minor, so they couldn't really do anything to me. But that was one of them. He did that in Bugle Call Rag. If you remember, Bugle Call is when he was playing with JD. Right here is when the bugle call, so you have like 4 measures, and he stuck that in there. And then into the C part. That's a pretty slick lick. Later down the road, we may work on that one. Then, and there's a lot of those kind of those runs. So I do some of the Rice influenced licks that would have those bluesy tones in them, but I never did study Tony Rice because he was just kind of like out of too far off to the side, because I was working on Norman Blake, Dan Curry, and Doc Watson, and then Tony Rice was like, so I didn't do much Clarence, I didn't do much Rice, and for whatever reason I did do a lot of Django stuff. All right, let me run this Gold Rush here before we run out of time here. And I can go back over it. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Point out, and for Rich, there's that on the second line, third measure, is that 2-fingered. Okay, second part. Let's see. Yeah, no, it won't work. Trying to find a place to put that in there, but it won't go either. Because of the register it's at. Okay, taking off from the beginning, I'm going to stay in first position almost that whole first part. Okay, so the 3's are your third finger, 1's your first finger. Here I'm going to shift up into second. Because I just like doing that run with my first and second finger. And it's a down, up, pull off, and then another up. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Then you're back to the top. Now, when you come through the second time, into the second ending, 1, 2, 3, there's your 4 and. That's your first finger to your little finger. At 7 and 10. So you're 7 on the first string, 10 on the second, 8 on the second, open, come back down the neck. We're using that first string open on the and beat of 1 to travel back down. First finger, little finger, second finger, open, travel down. Right here in this measure is your jump again. Second finger, little finger, so it's down at the nut. E open, jump, second finger, little finger first. Then it's more of the same. First to little finger, second open at the nut. Second position run. First finger, open, jump, jump, when I was saying jump, I was thinking in my silly head, how high, how high? Okay, so again, we're reinforcing the G at the 7th position. Okay, let me check on something. Phil, is that okay with you?
Yeah, that helps. When you
Okay, good.
say what fingers and what strings, that helps.
Okay, good. All right. And then as far as the rhythm goes, the only thing I would typically do to this is maybe do a hammer on 2, 3 on the 6th string. Your rhythm is so boring. So I would do a hammer on every once in a while, just to break it up. There's not much more to do there. Okay. There is a thing where you can do an F, C, G in a staggered beat, which is a nice dramatic thing to do in this song or any other song that would lead itself to that. I could stay right there. Of course, that's not the original chords. You know, that's not. And if you ever played, Byron Berline wrote this, and I used to play with Byron quite a bit. He's a good friend of ours, and just sitting there jamming with him, the rhythm on the second part, he would have that like that, and that's the way the fiddle would go, like that. So whenever he did that, he'd hop up in the seat. And right at the end, you can put the F, C, G. Oops, I missed it. So the F is held out, and then it's a C, and then it's a G. And let's see the timing on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. G D G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. When I get back to G, I'm at the beginning again, either that part or the very beginning. But that's a nice, a dramatic thing you can stick in, and that doesn't hurt anyone if you did that. The one that I did slow in the beginning, from the beginning of the song, that could hurt somebody. Someone might not like that. But the one at the end is so strong and dramatic, I don't think you could hurt anyone doing that. You know, I mean, there's a big difference right there. This one, you're imposing. You're imposing on the other person that you're playing with, because they may not like it. The one at the end is not going to do anyone any harm, and it'll add a lot of drama to it. You know, you don't do it every time. That doesn't hurt anybody, you know. All right. Anyone got any questions on anything? Comments?
What kind of
Yeah.
guitar are you playing?
Oh, this is my Larry Thompson built this. You might have seen him at camp. He built this for me about 3 years ago, and
Sounds great.
it's a Thompson. Oh, it's a great guitar. This is a killer, and I didn't mention it. I don't think I talked about this one. What he did was, at camp, he stuck his hands in his back pockets. Well, Steve, you ain't got one of my guitars. And I said, Larry, I don't want any more guitars. I've sold off what I'm down to just what I want. I don't want any. And, okay. And then about 3 months later after camp, well, I'm cutting out the back and sides of your guitar. And I said, well, what am I getting? He said, an OM. And because he knew I liked him. I love this guitar. And what he did was, this is really special. It's a West Virginia red spruce top that has been torrefied back to dried out and kiln dried to the 30s. And then he's got he said that Brazilian on the back and sides is so old you may as well call it torrefied too. I was surprised Dad let me use that piece. And then he's got a great neck on this, the best neck I've played on one. And everything about it, is great. The I don't know what kind of gears these are. The fretwork is great. I don't know if it'll show out. He's compensated the nut, and the saddle is highly compensated. The saddle is made of blue chip material.
Oh,
Only one in the world.
plastic. Wow.
And if you look at I'll move this mic out of the way so I don't bang it. But if you look at the pearl, the trim around it's got a herringbone trim.
Yeah, beautiful.
But it's actually in the middle of the herringbone trim is all abalone that he's inlaid. See that?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So he calls it Larry Bone.
It's beautiful work.
Yeah, he's just done a great job on this guitar. I don't know. It's got maple binding. I don't know what other appointments it has on it. I don't know these gears. I'm not sure what they are. Go Teebs or something. You guys would know more about that than me.
Nope.
I'm a Schaller and a Waverly guy. Go Teebs, or is that what they're called?
GOTOH.
I see. I think that's what those are, but they really are slick looking buttons.
Get the model, but I've got one with the same tuner. They're great.
Yeah, they are really good tuners.
Yeah.
And then I had him install this has the Fishman rig inside it, under the saddle, and it has my actually on my Fishman Aura, it has my Collings in the Aura. So when I play this guitar, it actually has a Collings tones coming out of it, and I almost grabbed that one off the wall today. That's another great guitar. Okay, kids, we better hold it here. Donna's going to get. She's wondering what's going on here. Don't want to get in trouble with the boss. Okay, so gang, we'll see you next week. If you got any questions on anything, holler at me, okay?
Thanks a lot.
And then, Carrie, when you go ahead and tab out that run,
Yep.
send me email me a photo picture of it, a phone picture of it. Okay, so I can
Okay.
make sure that's on it. All right, and then
Okay.
I'll send it out to everybody else.
Oh, you're so nice.
Okay, guys. Well, take care. Have a safe week. Hope you're feeling
Thank
better.
you.
Terry. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.